everyone. I thought I'd do a quick video of some of the things that we actually have here on the RV. Kind of give people an idea of what it's like to get your trailer ready, or if you don't have one, get a trailer that already has some of this ready for doing boondocking or going across country, staying in places that don't have normal hookups. Because there is some stuff that these trailers don't have that you're gonna need for long stays, depending on if you want to be out somewhere secluded away from the ability to get water and food, and doesn't have Wi-Fi or doesn't have a good cell signal for people who need to do work on the go or want to be able to have a good enough signal in their RV to be able to watch, YouTube or Netflix or things like that. So some of the things that we wanted to get on the RV that we found that we needed were extra water tank or extra containers to hold emergency water, because we found that when we were camping out in the desert, we were running out of water real fast, and then we would have to go refill at a gas station or a dump site somewhere, and that was a huge inconvenience to have to leave every 3-4 days. So I went ahead and purchased another 45-gallon water tank and installed it up under the trailer. The installation of it was pretty simple. Basically just went online, found the same kind of brand that the trailer came with, same gallon capacity, and went ahead and installed it up on the further towards the tongue of the trailer so that it would help counterbalance the weight and I would get less sway on the back end. So went ahead and put it on and ran the hose lines so that it actually connects to the other tank, and it's a simple fill up. So I just fill up right from where the normal freshwater tank would fill up, and I can access this water straight through the same lines. So you would end up putting the fresh water in this outlet, because this is for your city water hookup, which is your pressurized water. And then of course this is your black tank flush, which anybody who doesn't have an RV, you're gonna learn real quick that this gets used a lot. So moving on, to the back of the trailer, we ended up getting an extra storage rack because we ran out of room inside the trailer and wanted to be able to take more with us out on the road. So we ended up actually emptying out the whole trailer and putting the stuff that we knew we weren't going to need on our year-long trip around the US in storage, along with my wife's car. And we basically just took my truck and the motorcycle there, you can see up in the back, and took everything else out of the trailer, put it in storage bins, and are using this just for outdoor storage things like our generator, this big black container, and the extra water and fuel, the unleaded fuel for the generator here. And then I also have gas tank in the bed of the truck for extra diesel, just in case. And then we got two 30-pound propane tanks here undercover, and then these just connect right from this hose into the generator here. We decided to go with the dual fuel generator here because you never know when you might be out on the road and you end up running out of propane. It might be hard to find a propane fill up, so we ended up getting the one that could switch to gas as well. So we always keep this full of the gas, then I have that extra 5-gallon container over there. So over on the awning side of the trailer, I ended up installing one of these swing arms that comes out and makes it so that you can adjust your outdoor TV, which we just bring ours from inside and put it on here to enjoy outside, because we have the same exact attachment for inside. And we sit out here sometimes and enjoy the TV, and it's kind of nice. We got the hookups for this goes straight to my Xbox through the HDMI cord that is extended through the trailer, and then the power outlet there. And it's a 12-volt powered television, 40-inch, so I can actually use the television to run off the two 12-volt batteries that are on the front of the trailer. So underneath our bed, which anybody who has an RV could also tell you that your storage areas always end up a little bit of a mess, but I try to keep ours as organized as possible. But I ended up cutting into our storage space a bit by installing these drawers that go in and out for convenience on the inside of the trailer. Right here is our bed area, and we wanted some drawers right next to our nightstand area so we could pull these out and put anything in there like books and things like that. But on my side, I end up having our drills and things like that for doing the stands real quick, and all the liquids and things like that, aerosols and whatnot in this basket here. And then we got our vacuum cleaner up in there, another toolbox, the jacks, things like that you would need out on the road. And then over on this side, we got our 2 batteries, one there and one on this side, and we had them install an extra battery at the dealership because we knew that we were going to need that extra juice. And then we got the spare tire and an extra really large tarp for, you never know when you might need one. And up on top of the trailer, we ended up installing a cell booster, which I put on a PVC pipe and then installed on the top, and then ran the wire all the way down through the trailer over here to where my wife's office is that I built. And this goes up about 12 feet up into the air, so we get a great pull in from the cell phone towers that might be near us for both Verizon and AT&T, which we ended up getting both because you always need multiple sources of cell signal when you're out on the road. And then I have my motorcycle ramps installed here up on top, so they're up and out of the way with the strap down up there. And the last thing I ended up putting on the outside were these extra turn signals, and then the one turn signal strips up here on top, which actually doubles as a very bright LED light that shines out on a switch that I installed on the inside of the trailer to help illuminate this whole back area here. So that way I can see what I'm doing when I'm getting in on my generator here, or I need to access the fuels or the storage bin that I have over here that I keep right in this space. And it helps make it so that people can see me a little bit easier on the back of the trailer as well at night. So the turn signals I installed up on top to help because of the things being down here on the bottom, sort of hindering people's view from behind of being able to see me use my turn signals. So this fixed the problem and made it so that now I light up very easily at night for people to be able to see me. So that's my little video of some of the stuff that I installed on the outside of the trailer to make it a little bit easier to go out and boondock for weeks at a time. We've been out here in the Arizona desert now for almost a week, and we haven't had any issues so far. Man, you know, where we is sort of remote, but if you can see here with the city of Quartzsite is probably about 10 miles north of us, and we're not too desolate right now because the freeway is still right over here, and this isn't going to be the most remote area that we end up camping in by far, because we still have our trek up through Canada and up to Alaska and things like that. But for now, we feel like we've gotten pretty prepared for what it is we might run into. Of course, you never know what could happen out on the road, so we try to be as ready as we can. But yeah, we're looking forward to the trip regardless, and as of right now, we feel like we're very prepared for it. So if you guys have any questions for me about prepping your RV, or what it is you think you might need to take with you when you're out boondocking or dry camping, and then depending on what type of environment you're going to encounter, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'd be glad to make a video about what it is you might need, or talk a little bit about the technical stuff about the stuff that I've actually installed on the trailer. And I'm going to be doing a separate video of the stuff that I installed on the truck, so that way you guys can kind of get an idea of what you might need on the vehicle you're using to pull your trailer. So, but I also kind of set up my truck to be able to go and do some off-roading, things like that too. So You know, me and the wife, we just came up with the idea of getting one of these RVs and living in it full time only a year or so ago, and we've loved it ever since. It was the best decision we could have made, especially when we decided we want to live in Southern California, because the prices of rent and mortgages and things like that were so high, out of our price range, that we at the time couldn't afford it. And by living in one of these, it's giving us the opportunity to be able to save and also explore different areas that we could potentially have a house at some point. Yeah, and so don't hesitate to follow your dreams if you decide you want to get out on the road and explore and live in one of these full time, because it is completely doable. And it's just me, my wife, our 2 dogs, and our cat, and we have a 30-foot travel trailer, and we haven't had any issues with space or anything like that. So, you know, like I said, guys, get out there if this is a dream of yours, and don't hesitate, because it's completely possible. And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, check out some of my other videos, and yeah, if you got any questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. Be easy, guys.